Welcome to the Creativity Show. This is all about creativity, and it's really joyous to be sharing what has helped me throughout my life get through my difficulties, the healing of self-expression through creativity, stimulating our immune system. We express an emotion. I say that a lot because I think it's extremely important. And using our righteous resourcefulness to make our lives a little more what we want it to be every day by using our imaginations and our creativity to heal ourselves, enhance our lives, help others. That's what it's all about for me. And I am so grateful to creativity and nature, my muse, for giving me peace, a place to be serene and replenish, to step into the creative flow, documented medically, scientifically, helps our happiness. Also, giving gifts helps our happiness, even more than receiving gifts, slightly, but more. And I love to, no matter what my economic situation has been in my life, I love to make gifts in whatever I can afford to, as far as materials or whatever I find, and use my resourcefulness to come up with ways to make it into gifts that are fun, fast and frugal, economical and ecological. We can walk lighter on the earth by using what's around us instead of always thinking consume, think more, create. So that's what many different ways we can use creativity. These last number of uh, virtual visits have been focusing on stencils and all the beautiful stuff we can do with stencils. There's BODHI, the movie maker, my son, who I'm so grateful helps me and is technically uh, curious and facile, and asked me to collaborate with him and named us Mother Son Productions. So I'm very grateful to him for expanding my reach by helping me put it out there for you to see. We don't have to drive anywhere, fly anywhere, and we can connect to people all around the world, which is incredibly heartwarming. So today we're going to, at the end of the year here, there's never a bad time to give gifts, and there's never a bad time to use our creativity to express ourselves and heal ourselves by expressing emotion and enhance our lives and make gifts for others. So we're going to continue the what we can do with stencils, which BODHI helped me get up on the internet, SVGs, scalable vector graphics that can be printed at your computer any size you want. And I'm going to show you some ideas. I've had lots of how to stencil on clothes and fabric videos out there, and how to cut them by hand, how to, if you have a Cricut cutter, which I do now, I started with a razor blade and then a hot knife, and then I moved to getting a Cricut cutter because now I have over 300 stencil designs. But the first ones I did, well, I've even got a video of showing how to cut stencils with scissors. So we can make them at any level. We're entering the stencil making and seeing if we like it before we invest in a Cricut. But if you do like it, I would highly recommend it because it sure makes it faster. And then you can spend your creativity using the stencils to, like these note cards I've now assembled on a piece of backing board to show you an idea of how they could be made into wall art. And I'm going to bring it a little closer for you. to see, well, here's Instagram. And there's the other social media places. Is that good?
Yeah, I mean, you can get closer because I can't zoom in any further if you want. So if you
Okay.
have these to show as well.
Yes. So these are the same stencils. They're not painted yet. They're laid out as an idea of way to make some wall art. So Bodhi's going to show you that. So I just laid that out this morning so you could see on a backing board, you could do a collection of stencils and make a piece of wall art besides stenciling them onto clothes or fabric or cards or a journal. There's so many uses for them. And here's a piece of art that I did for both of these. We'll show you this one. I did, here you go, Instagram, for my bathroom that had this theme. And in fact, I used the same stencils on the frieze around the top of the wall in the bathroom. And then I used the same stencil for this art. And this is my another variation of my scroll art design that I came up with. And obviously a reimagining of the ancient scroll art, which I love, the simplicity and the elegance of simplicity. And this is another piece that's in my bathroom with the same stencils that were used on the wall. So Bodhi's going to go back into the office, the editing studio, and show you some of these stencils being. Why don't we show the one in my bathroom going onto the wall so people can see how that's done. And unfortunately, Instagram, you have to go to YouTube or Claire Cooley, Claire without an I, CLARE, Facebook to see the restreaming videos that Bodhi's going to put up showing the stencils going on the wall, going on the cards. We're going to show you that. There's the stencil going up on the wall, and using the same designs in the art makes it a very harmonious environment. I love the themes in different areas in the house so that it's simple, a simple aesthetic, keeping in my bathroom, it's pretty mauve and silver. Yeah. So each area in the house kind of has its own theme and its own color scheme. But then sometimes it's great what can show the cards being made to have lots of color. And many people have a long, narrow place where there's a wall that could use some brightness and color. So that's a way these designs could be configured to make a piece of art. And it could be done on fabric, wall hanging fabric. It could be done on paper or even matte board. And then this simple frame design, or you could make it standard frame design size and buy a pre-made frame. I have framed my own art and done frame designs for many years because it was the funnest, fastest, and most frugal way I could do exhibitions and display my art was to learn to frame. So I do my own framing, but there are plenty of very reasonable pre-made frames. So you might want to think about that before you decide what size what configuration, besides where you have space to hang it, or where a friend that you want to give a gift to has an empty spot on their walls. So we're showing how quick it is. Now, obviously that video is a little bit speeded up, but on average, each one of those cards to paint took me 2 minutes. So it is very fast, and if you take care of the stencils, you can have them for a lifetime. And there's, as we've discussed many times, and I have many videos out there on how to use stencils on fabric, walls, paper, even platters, glass platter that was frosted with a sandblaster so that it had a tooth so that the paints would stick to it. I've done it on furniture, tables, and standing screens. I've done it on hats, signs. There's so many uses. And next virtual visit on New Year's Day, I'm actually going to create something in front of you on our virtual visit to celebrate the beginning of a new year, with the intention of giving myself permission to do what gives me joy, which is creating, and what I also feel the most purpose doing, which is, I just heard a wonderful podcast about longevity. The people that live the longest have a sense of purpose in what they do. They have a reason to get up in the morning and get to it. And that's always been creativity and love for me, sharing the creativity to help other people heal, enhance their lives, walk lighter on the earth by using our creativity, finding uses for things instead of putting anything in the landfill, and being economical and ecological as we use that are not bad for us or bad for the environment. So do we have, this one goes to all the cards hanging that I used for a holiday display. And there, okay. So the one that shows the cards being used as a garland across our home gallery here at the Emerald Lady. So that's another way. Besides, you could use them as cards. You could make a set as a gift. You can use them as decoration, decor, for any occasion. This was the gift-giving season, I like to call it, because that is what brings the joy back into our lives, and our happiness is making and giving gifts. And while we're making them, we're in this state of loving happiness. And while we're giving them, that is, we're in that loving state that makes us happy, increases our happiness. So that's great. And so I'm going to continue showing ways to use stencils, showing how to cut them, how to paint them, different uses, different places they can be used. And going to just keep it going every Monday and Thursday at 11 Central Time. And every video goes up on the Creativity Show as soon as I'm done. So you can see it again anytime or share it with a friend. And if you enjoyed this, I really appreciate it if you tell a friend. And there's nothing better than word of mouth to spread the word, spread the joy of creativity, having the beautiful impact on your life and on the environment. And as a creativity coach, I consider myself a guide for people on the way home to themselves. We all have creativity within us. We all have an imagination. Children have no problem going there and expressing it because they're not critical most of the time. They get to be free. And so give that permission to yourself. Continue being curious and playful and exploring your interests and inspirations until you find something that gives you a sense of joy and step into that flow and increase your happiness. And it looks like Instagram went off again, Bo.
Looks like we might be having technical difficulties here too. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think the Wi-Fi might have just pooped out.
So we're not broadcasting anymore?
All I know is you look frozen on my screen, and I'm not.
Now I hear me an echo, and Instagram came back on. So Mr. Technically Facile, help!
I see you moving there,
And this came back on. It went off and had a message I couldn't read.
all right. Madeline said, "You are fantastic, Claire. Happy New Year to you."
Thank you, Madeline. Happy New Year to you, and thanks for being here and sharing a comment. I really appreciate it, and it does feel fabulous to connect with people this virtual visit way and walk lighter on the planet by not driving or flying, or just to connect with people. It really, all of us can help bring better balance into the world, into the environment. And we all know, except by now that or hopefully we all know and accept by now that the more we do to live in balance with the environment, the better for everybody. So the less carbon we put into the atmosphere, so the less we drive. I've said this before, but Bodhi and I, starting with COVID, social distancing, have been kind of doing a social experiment that we have only gotten into a vehicle to get immunized or go to the dentist a couple times over these last 3 years. We walk every day. We talk to people we pass. We connect this way. But I didn't understand I didn't experience until COVID, social distancing necessity, that I don't really need to drive places to be happy and to function. I can keep going into my inner resources and find things that inspire me to share with you, and that I don't have to see new vistas, drive new places, go out, eat in restaurants. There's a lot that I let go of, and I'm not going to be absolute. I'm never going to drive again. No, that's not my intention. My intention is to show that in this 3 years of not going in another building other than medical, dental, I'm happy. And most of the time, nobody's happy all the time. I'm inspired most of the time. Nobody's inspired all of the time. So the silver lining of the COVID cloud, and it is my choice to try my best to find something good in everything. And sometimes that's very challenging. But one of the silver linings is to discover that what makes me happy doesn't need to be carbon producing. And what keeps me going is a sense of purpose. So I can walk lighter on the planet than I have before this, and that makes me happy. I'm contributing my small little help to the planet. Bodhi, is there something you wanted to add?
Yeah, well, we got. I see I'm echoing out there. Meg Litz said, there was some problems with the audio, but it's working now. And she said, I am in admiration of your social experiment. Claire and Bodhi, you are both so fabulous, making the world a better place in so many ways. That's nice. You live such a beautiful life, she said.
Thank you, Meg. That is really kind and very validating. And I'm just trying to keep learning and keep growing and keep open, keep adjusting, and trying to keep using my imagination and my love of the planet and my love of people and diversity to inspire me to keep sharing what I think is the best I have to give, which is another thing in this longevity podcast. The people that live the longest, they, besides having a sense of purpose, they're playful. And Bodhi and I play games every day. We take walks, and that's when we do our production business talks, when we're out getting fresh air and views. And there's up the hill so we can get a big expanse of the lake and down to the lake and be next to it. And there's the creek. And we're so grateful, fortunate to be able to live in this community where we get to walk to so many inspirational spots, magnificent architecture through such measure about the stories about the people that built them and have lived in these grand old homes ever since. And there's a lot that we're grateful for, and this community that appreciates a lot that we're grateful for.
We have a. I think your mic might have froze again for a second. Not quite yet. I'll just keep talking here. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's happening. I think I might have too many windows open. We're always experimenting, testing the bounds of the technology. And yeah, you won't be hearing me out there because I muted the laptop so that it wouldn't. I
can hear you from the office, so.
Yes, well.
Can you hear me? Is my mic on now?
You are not coming through on my end, so it may be that you talk again.
Can you hear me now? Hello? There seems to be some message. I don't know what it is on the screen too far away.
Sumner says, Happy New Year. Technical difficulties occurred right when Bodhi joined split screen, but now all is fine in Whoville. Well, that's great to hear. Thank you, Sumner.
Nice. Nice. Happy New Year.
I hear you again. Just
yes.
I do hear you again. Yeah.
Great. Well, let me wrap it up and say apologies for the technical difficulties, but part of the reason I love pencils and paints and clay and all kinds of fabric and simpler materials is technology is very complicated, but it does allow us to connect with you wherever you are, or you to go to the videos whenever you have the time and inclination, and share it with anyone you want to. So it's a beautiful tool, and I'm very grateful Bodhi has the patience to learn it and keep learning. And so thank you. And I hope everybody does in this year what makes you happy. Do what you love and share it with the world, and it makes the world a better place. The more we're at peace, the more happiness we feel, the more it telegraphs out into the world. So give yourself permission to do what you love, and please share it with others.
Delightful. I think that's a great wrap up. We got Really appreciate you guys for the nice comments. If I missed any of them, they warmed our hearts, and we'll get back to you in writing. Thank you so much, and
We'll see you on New Year's Day, and between now and then, may your life be full of joy and peace, and may you share it with others.
all right, lovely. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you for being here.